pretty. Come along.
Hey, garden gals and guys, it's Steph with Tiny's Garden, and I am out here today in my Zone 5B garden looking at my empty garden beds, trying to decide what I'm gonna plant there. If you didn't see my last video, I just finished planting this euchera up in this corner by these burning bushes here, but right to the side of that is a big blank slate right here. And in that video, I asked for ideas. So thank you for all your ideas. It is really helpful. And I don't have a conclusion yet, but I've got a couple ideas I'm mulling around. So here is the area where I mainly need to come in and fill up this space, right in front of this evergreen over here. And then under the window boxes is where I'm really trying to focus today. Of course, that ugly gray hose will be gone and a hose link will be going in there soon. But what I'm thinking under the window boxes that came to me today is ivory halo dogwoods, which have red twigs in the winter. So there's a lot of winter interest you get with them, as well as the beautiful variegated summer leaves that are on there the rest of the year that start to come out in the spring. For whatever reason, well, there is a reason. I don't have any variegation up here in this section so far. So I've got a reason to put in a pop of variegation over here, which would make a big impact against the black siding of the house. The only thing I have up here with any sort of variegation is actually this tree we just planted last year. So it's in its early stages. It is a carnival hedge maple, 15 feet high and 12 feet wide, growing 6 to 12 inches per year. So I really don't feel like it would be too much variegation if I added those ivory halo dogwoods over under the window boxes. Just a pop up here and then a pop over there. This is partially shaded right now, but as I've said before, I've also got some space left in this bed as well. So lots to think about, but I think at this point I want to get going to the store. So a few reasons why I want to get this done today. Because I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to shop for what I would call like a foundation plant, a plant that's really going to make a difference in my garden. I have a big empty space. I'm tired of it being empty. I want to put something that will give me a lot of structure there. So if I can find it for a good price, I think I'm going to go with the ivory halo dogwoods and get them in that spot. Secondly, because of the time of the year, I think it's August 17th today or right around there, I want to be able to put in perennials at least 6 weeks before our last frost date, and I'm in Zone 5B, or first frost date. It would be before our first frost date. Last frost date is in the spring, first frost date is in the fall. So I'm at the time of the year where I can do that. That 6-week time period gives them time to really root in and get established before the frost comes. So the timing is now. And then thirdly, it's a bigger plant. Like I said, it's like a foundation of the garden, a big structure in the garden. So once I get that picked and settled and planted, then I feel like I'll be able to work around it more with other perennials that are less, I don't want to say less important, with other perennials that are less of a foundation piece. Does that make sense? So let's get to shopping. We are at the garden center and here is some yarrow or achillea yellow, and I do think it's beautiful. And I like how the foliage has a bluish green tint. I just don't exactly know where I'd put it, and I also know I could grow this from seed. So I'm torn if I want to buy some of it. And look at this selection of coneflower. I'm loving all the different colors. And I think I want to incorporate it somehow. And I'm leaning toward red. But we'll see. We'll see. These I think are gorgeous. And it is Kismet red. It's almost got a slight orange tint. And usually I don't like that, but I really like these. And I like their height. little taller. Kismet Red. Anyone have any experience with these? Also, I'm really liking this color, which is a coral color. If we look at the tag, Sombrero Hot Coral. And obviously their structure is shorter. Interesting, I could play with heights here. Well, this is confusing. The Kismet height said 16 to 18 inches tall, which is this taller one over here. And this much smaller coral one says 22 to 24 inches tall. That doesn't look like that to me. I'm also enjoying these, which are the Black-Eyed Susan Little Susie. So I don't think they get as tall as the regular ones. And I like that because I think these would go well in front of the Limelight Hydrangea. And this is about the time when I'm at the garden center and I wonder, do I go full tilt and get way more plants than I thought, or scale back to the original plan? Very difficult decision. I've never seen this plant before, and ironically, it has my son's name in the title. Briggs Moonlight Daphne, reverse evergreen. Interesting. I think I've spotted them over there. But first, look how beautiful this tree is. And it's planted in a wood box. But look at those acorns. Isn't that amazing? Quite pricey, $550.99. Blue Japanese white pine. Slow growing, 20 feet by 15 feet. Interesting. I do love that quite a lot. Paint the bottom black. Gonna have to talk to my husband about that one. Little pricey. And I have arrived. I believe I have found them. Cornus alba, ivory halo, dogwood. What I'm looking for. This is the biggest bumblebee I've ever seen. Just covered in pollen. You go, guy, you go. Look at the bees all over this striking salvia. Isn't that gorgeous? It's almost like an electric purple. Salvia, it's a perennial salvia, blue marble, full sun. Grows 10 to 12 inches tall. Okay, I have gone full tilt and I'm loving it. See that combo together? I'm here for that. I'm thinking for in front of the Limelight Hydrangea. See my different levels there? Oh, yes. And I'm gonna pick up 4 of these to add to my big pots up front for the fall decoration. Woo! Okay, I am in my car. I am sweaty, and I feel like that was a very successful trip. I am going to go to the loading zone and pick up my ivory halos, and then when I get home, I will show you everything I have purchased. But I think that was a good trip. Okay, here we go home. Who else drives home from the garden center with their car absolutely packed? Okay, I am home and unloaded, so I'm going to show you how I have them set up. So far, I'm really pleased. I do need to go back and get a few more of the same flower to fill in some space, but I'll show you what I'm talking about, and I'm really happy thus far. Let's take a look. Let's throw one more shot of what it looked like before on the screen again. And here's what it looks like now. So far, I'm loving it. I really like the ivory halo dogwoods right there with the variegation. And they said I can make them stay more compact. I want them to come up to under the window boxes, but I think these are going to be a really nice look here and provide a little bit of dimension there with the variegation. And then over here, my large pot is hiding some of it, but you can see I've got some holes in here and here. I want to get 2 more of the Kismet cone flowers and 2 more of the salvia. Fill it up a little bit. But when these are in the ground, you're going to be able to see that Limelight Hydrangea better, especially as it takes off in the next couple of years. And then we've got the layer of the Little Susie Rudbeckia. and then the Kismet coneflower with that little pop of red in there, here and there, and then the lower level with the salvia. All of those are perennial, and I'm loving the impact it gives to this corner. How it plays off of the variegation. It's just like a punch of color over there, and I could not be happier with it. Here is a look at it from the porch, and this is not necessarily their final resting spot. I could move one of the little Susies right here and leave two in front. So I have the hydrangea surrounded by some yellow. You know, there is room for moving around a little bit, but oh, I am here for this color. I just love the peek through of color off the side of that big planter into the window box area. And I actually really like how this green evergreen just holds down this corner a little bit and has the variegation pop even more. So I'm happy with that so far. We'll do a little adjusting, but I think we're on to something here. Comment below, let me know in the comments if you think so, if you love it, if you don't like it. Tell me all the things, but I'm happy with that progress today in this corner because it was a blank slate before. So that'll be it for today's video. Stay tuned as we'll have to plant these in the next week or so for sure. And I've got to get my hose link in that corner, which will be so much better, so much more convenient, and it'll still have plenty of room in there to go in and out with those plants. And I've got a lot more videos coming up. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel to follow along with all things garden. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It really helps out my channel. We will see you in the next one, everybody. Thanks for coming along today. Happy planting. Bye.